watching this video. I would like to welcome you onto this fantastic moment. And I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome you onto our online platform that's called Undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania. This is an online institution, so we don't have any physical institution. And I'd like to spend a few minutes just to give you the general introduction so you'll be aware concerning about what you are doing and what you can benefit here from this online Undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania. So, well, my name is Olenjolai. So my name is Olenjolai Moko TAYAI Losingo, from the beautiful country that's called Tanzania in the eastern of African continent. I would like to welcome once again you who is watching this video, whether you're a parent or a guardian or a student or you're a graduate student, regardless of what's your label. So you are most welcomed on this program. So I would like, before even I explain to you and introducing to you about some other information there concerning which have been written below, I would like just to spend a few minutes to just to present to you and even to share about the visions of this our online platform. Well, the vision of Tanzania of online undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania is to be, or is to teach, or to train, or to prepare, mainly just to prepare students who are mankind, who will be ready and even who will be ready to take the classroom instruction, engineering and science, because you have area of focus in engineering and science, and combined with the spiritual knowledge of Word of God, and solve real life problems. So let me repeat, this is the vision that we have. This is what God has revealed in my heart. That to see the community of Tanzanian, Africans, and even in some other countries that will benefit from this program, because the internet is not limited, is to see the community of students who are ready to take the classroom instruction in engineering and science in order to solve real-life problems. We understand that to achieve it, it's a process, and it might be even taking more than 5 years. It depends on the capacity of the student. But that's what we believe, and that's what we have in our mind. So our main objective is to see students solving real life problem or problems, right? Because we are born to solve problems in our community. We used to go to schools. We used to go to primary schools, secondary schools, higher institutions. The main object for why are we going and why are we studying and why are we learning? In order to get knowledge, or in order to get educations and extracting knowledge in that educations that will help us to solve our real life problems from the community where we are come from. So for instance, myself, I come from the community of United Republic of Tanzania. That's why that this is the one of the problems that I have to solve. So one of our specific objective, which possibly to you might be your main objective of taking this program, is to help students, hire undergraduate students in science and in scientific and in engineering modules or courses to pass their exams. So continuous assessment exams and even the university exams. So I know that for majority of students who will be taking these programs, that will be one of the main object. But for us who are running these programs, that's not our main object, but it's our first specific objective, right? Because you have the main objective and that's the specific objective. So for you to solve real life problems, first of all, you have to pass the exams. You have to understand what you'll be testing. So you have to be capable to solve the classroom questions. And then you take that knowledge and thinking to solve real life problems. So again, this is the second thing that you can ask yourself: what problems are we solving? Right? That's good questions. Well, it happens myself when I've been in undergraduate studies, and even after my undergraduate studies, when I was in undergraduate studies in engineering, okay, then I experienced that myself, that some of the modules and even courses mathematics are a little bit tough. And even not only myself, even my classmate, at least myself, that I have a kind of delight because I love the mathematics since I met it during my standard 1, or during my standard 1s until this date. So I have been helping my classmates in different ways. I've been helping them during the weekends on how to understand some of the modules of mathematics since my first year since my second year of 4 years in undergraduate engineering programs of electronics and telecommunication engineering. So after my graduations also, I spent 3 years before I record these programs to teach some other students on engineering, mathematics, and scientific mathematics. I spent, 5 years, yes, exactly. So what happens actually that it happens that students undergraduate level, they find some difficulties on understanding mathematics, engineering, and the science courses because of different reasons. It doesn't mean that I'm going to eliminate all the reasons or to account all the causes, but I'll try my level best to overcome at least 75 of causes of failure of many students to fail to understand engineering and scientific mathematics. So that's the how. So how are you going to solve? I'll be using different teaching aids, different teaching approach, different teaching methodologies, different teaching techniques. I'll be using different teaching style in order to take those complex concepts that used to make students to be angry and even to be disappointed and break them into simpler and simpler and simpler so that the slow learner students might take those concepts and love it, and the intermediate learners also, they might take the same concepts and love it, and even the faster learner students, they might take it and love it and enjoy the beauty of mathematics, because mathematics, it's the queen of engineering. So that's the point that I want to make. So that is all about the problem solvings that we have been trying ourselves to solve. But we like just to give you this, to share this phrase, which is common for me, and even during my physical training, I used to tell my students about this phrase. And this is the phrase that we like just to be clear at the beginnings of everything that we are doing. Olenjolai does not know everything concerning about, for example, there are several variables, calculus. I just know small portions of several variables calculus, or I just know small portions of engineering and scientific mathematics, higher engineering and scientific mathematics. But I'm ready to teach students or teach others what I know in that specific area, or in high engineering and scientific mathematics. So I'm ready to teach other students, but I don't know everything. I just know small portions of it, but I'm ready to teach what I know. So that's what should be in your mind, because sometimes you can say that according to my presentations, I know everything. That's not true. That's not true. Well, so in normal physical institutions or universities or colleges, students are used to get enrolled or registered. First of all, you apply, and hence once you go, you have a first week of orientation. Then you'll be registered and having some different issues and logistics that has to be done before you start your classes. So that the next class, how you can join onto this online polytechnic institution. Okay, well, the following are few procedures that you can spend 3 to 5 minutes, then you are done, because you do everything digitally, right? The first thing, you should have your email. If you don't have an email, just to go on the Google and then search how can I have an email, whether Gmails or Yahoo mails, regardless. I think that those are the two common emails. Secondly, you have to make sure that once you go, once you click or once you open, it means that secondly, if you are watching, because you know that you're watching this video but offline, you're watching this video offline, because some of the students might be watching this video offline, you just go onto the YouTube search engine, and then you write online Undergraduate Polyinstit of Tanzania in square bracket OLENJOLAIM. Just to copy the name above of our YouTube channel, and once you copy, then you have to search it, and the icons will come there. Click that icons. Once you click that icons, then you'll get into our YouTube channels. So the second thing that we insist you, the third thing, we insist you that to do, you have to make sure that you press these buttons of subscribe, okay, only once. It is ready, it's on your right hand side of your video, and once you click it, you find that it will change color, and then it will be written subscribing. And then once you click it, then the bell will appear. Okay, so the bell will appear like this way, and then you have to click these bells. You see some options. The first option is all, second is personalized, and then there is none. So choose all. So you just need those 2 clicks. Subscribe, you click these buttons of subscribe, then change to subscribe, number 2, and then you click the icon button, and then you choose the options of all. So I just told you to do this steady state before telling you advantage. This is the main advantage. We are going to upload more than hundreds, or hundreds. We're going to upload hundreds of the videos on this online undergraduate Poly Institute of Tanzania, in square bracket Olenjolaim. And so that the YouTube community, once you subscribe, the YouTube community will give you notifications once we upload a video. We'll be trying our level best every day to have a new video onto this platform. So you have to make sure to subscribe so you get notifications that you have added a new video, so you can go through and even can inform your classmates. So that's the importance of subscribing. And then another thing is, we insist you that, which will be the 4th, you can click this software button, show more. You can get more descriptions about a particular video. And the good thing is also you can see some of the links here, because you have 6 YouTube channels which are relevant for students at any level. Okay, we have 2 schools on YouTube, we have 2 institutions on YouTube, we have 2 spiritual schools again on YouTube. So you have to read these descriptions, and in part of these descriptions you will see also the descriptions, you will see also the invitation that in case you feel from your heart that you want to offer God the Thanksgiving offering in order to be a part of running cost for this program. And then there are 2 ways. You can use a bank account, which has been presented in the descriptions below, because we offer this right now. So for almost a year that we'll be offering this content free, according to what God has instructed, who has given me the gift of teaching, because I am teaching and teaching is me. So Olenjolai is teaching and teaching is Olenjolai. So again, the second way, you can offer your Thanksgiving through the mobile phones, that this 0759-745331. So right now we have a local methods of receiving the Thanksgiving, but later on we can update you once that we have international, because these materials will be useful in Tanzania, in African continents, in Europe, in America, in North America, in South America, so in Asia. So this material will be useful in different places of the world. So that is the 4th stage. The 5th stage, we insist you to share these contents, and even like and dislike. Share these contents with your classmate. If you're watching right now, you're an undergraduate student in Tanzania, in any African continent, share with your classmate, please. Share with your friends. Share with your schoolmates. Share with your roommates. Share with somebody else who knows that these materials are worth. Because the good thing that in this YouTube channel will be focusing the materials and the contents which will help undergraduate students in engineering and scientific courses. Well, so that is the piece of information. And then the last step for just to let you understand, because even in the normal schools, we'll be having classes, teachers will come and give you the teaching style and even how you can interact with them. Well, so even ourselves would like to present to our online students about how they can interact with us. Use the comment sections to do at least more than 5 things. Number 1, you can use the comment sections, first of all, to establish online discussion, online group discussion. Second, you can use the comment section to give us feedback, because we are the closed loop. Right? So because we have something that we call closed loop. So we need the feedback that from students, whether you understand these contents or not. Okay? And then thirdly, you can use the comment section to read questions which are being asked by other students worldwide. Right? And then number 4, you can use the comment sections you can use the comment sections to submit your homeworks. Right? And then number 5, which is very interesting, You can use the comment sections to ask your questions. So you can ask your question in comment sections, and then somebody else or ask some other students or even some other teachers or myself, I will answer your questions that you ask in the comment sections. Interesting? Okay, so those are just a few steps that which you can do within 5 minutes, and then you are done. And you do them once. And there's no tuition fee that you can pay in order to do all of those procedures. That's the beauty of digital programs. Well, so I would like to welcome you into departments. This is the departments of higher engineering and scientific mathematics. And then this is the modules. We have modules here and courses. One of the modules or courses is called several variables calculus for non-majors. This is for the TCU or knowledge-based programs, and I will be using the curriculums of University of Dar es Salaam, okay, which is simply called to you. These contents are relevant for the this is first semester, not second semester. So these materials are relevant for the first semester of second year. So this is year 2. So second year, and then, okay, second year, second semester. Okay, second semester. So second year, second semester. Okay, second year, first year, so, no, first semester for the second year. Okay, and then in Tanzania we have 2 authorities which are accrediting the higher institutions. The first one is called the National Council for Technical Education, so NACTE. This is focusing on the competence-based, for example, Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, DIT, is under this NACTE. The Arusha Technical College is under this NACTE, and Karume Institute of Institute of Science and Technology under this category. And also you have Tanzania Commission for Universities. This is focused on knowledge-based. So there's a little bit, there's a minor difference of this. I think that there's a higher difference between these 2 authorities or point of focus. This is knowledge-based, this is competence-based. So for example, University of Dar es Salaam is under TCU, University of Dodoma is under TCU. Okay? Okay. So again, this is session or lecture 0, the general introductions of several variables, calculus for the non-majors. And I would like to welcome you to enjoy the beauty of higher engineering and scientific mathematics at Online Undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania, in square bracket Olenjolai, with the founder. And in these programs, we are going to teach about concepts, examples, solving questions, applications, tutorial questions. We have lectures and tutorials. So we need serious students. If you're not serious, get prepared to be transformed from unseriousness to become a serious student, because that's what we need. So you have to make sure that you will be taking this material worthy, and you'll be trying your level best to understand what's going on, so that you may enjoy the beauty of engineering mathematics. So I can mention some of the institutions or some of the institutions or some of the colleges in the United Republic of Tanzania which might be interesting to you. And even, yes, so we have Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, we have University of Dar es Salaam, we have University of Dodoma, we have, so those are some of the institutions. So I'd like just to share with you some of the institutions that focusing on engineering and scientific courses. There's the University of Dodoma, Zanzibar State University, we have University of Dar es Salaam, we have Arusha Technical College, we have Mbeya University of Science and Technology, we have Karume Institute of Science and Technology, we have Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, we have St. Joseph College of Engineering and Technology, we have Ares University, we have the United African University of Tanzania. So I've mentioned 10 examples of institutions and the institutions, college and universities in the United Republic of Tanzania. So that is what we wanted to share with you in this step. Just to join us in the second step when we'll be presenting to you about the next part, which is the big picture of engineering and scientific. So now let me take you onto this big picture in my mind concerning about mathematics in general, and then the big picture in my mind in engineering, in engineering, in higher engineering and scientific mathematics. Okay, so we had this is called I call it big picture. I would like to teach you with the big picture in mind, big picture of of maths, right? So, and this is my big picture, right? Possibly it might not be somebody's picture, but this is picture in my mind. Okay. So we have a very interesting subject that's called the mathematics. Say mathematics. So mathematics, this is, we call it the queen of engineering. So listen carefully. We began the journey of learning fundamental mathematics during our primary education. And this we call it fundamental. Okay, so it says that possibly can have, some of you began this fundamental in nursery, but for myself that possibly that I began it during my primary education. So it means that we have nursery, and some of us are primary education. So what we have learned fundamental of mathematics, whether in Swahili language for Swahili medium schools, primary schools or nursery, or in English. Afterward, once we graduated the primary education, we passed the next exams for or the next exams. Then we met with two types of mathematics at O level. The first subject is called basic mathematics. It's called basic mathematics, while the second one is called the addition mathematics. So these are the 4-year subjects. So we used to study from Form 1 to Form 4, and even this one, that is the 4-year subject. So from Form 1 to Form 4. For some of the schools. So this is, we call it O level or ordinary secondary education, O level secondary. So O level secondary education. O level secondary education. So O level secondary education. O level secondary education. Okay? O level secondary education. So that is what we used to experience. Okay, O level secondary education. So it's basically mathematics. It was a compulsory subject for every ordinary level secondary student, right? But additional mathematics, this was, first of all, it was not offered in all the schools. At some of the schools, especially for those lovers of mathematics, they used to learn additional mathematics. Okay? So, whether that, because this is compulsory, so when even those that who have taken the additional mathematics subject, they also must learn basic mathematics subject. But you know, if you are if students is the love of mathematics, this is the best route to take both of them, because you get prepared. You won't get a lot of struggles once you go to A-level education. So then, after you graduate in these two levels, right? So with a certificate that called the certificate secondary education examination, we have 2 routes there that we can take. Okay? So you can take 3 rounds, not 2 rounds, 3 rounds. Okay? The first one, you can go to advanced level and learn as a mathematics subject that called the advanced mathematics. advanced pure mathematics, advanced mathematics, or advanced pure mathematics. And also we can go to A level and then study a subject that's called the Basic Applied Mathematics, or in short we call it BAM. Or we can go to the ordinary diploma and then learn basic special applied, basic special applied mathematics. Okay? So with this one, advanced mathematics is taught from Form 5 to Form 6. And then next, even this one, we covered it during our Form 5 to our Form 6. But basic special applied, this is for ordinary diploma, okay, or even certificate. So basic applied mathematics, and this is for the first year, from first year to the third year. And it will have 6 modules in total, in many of institutions. So for certificate, it's used to, the certificate is based on what, on 2, it might be 2 years, but this is, I'm focused on ordinary diploma and another. So special applied mathematics. So after graduating, the following routes, or even this route, all of these routes. For these routes, you graduate advanced certificate secondary education examination. And for this route, you'll be graduated certificate of National Technical Award, NTA level 6. So NTA level 6, which is technician, is for the technician. So when you graduate and then you want to reach to the higher, then you can go into this route, right? You can have 2 routes, right? One route you can go to the higher pure mathematics, higher pure mathematics. It means that these are mathematics courses, right? Administrative courses, or you can go into some other programs. This is, we call it higher engineering, higher engineering and scientific maths or mathematics. Okay? So this is a level that where we are right now. So I'm teaching you higher engineering scientific mathematics. This is a higher pure mathematics. So once we graduate, or you graduate there, and then you want to continue with mathematics, then you have, okay, so you can go to the next level, right? If just you focus on this, okay? The next level, you'll go for the master engineering, master of engineering, or scientific maths. And once you graduate there, you graduate in that level, you can meet with advanced we call it PhD mathematics, advanced PhD engineering or scientific mathematics. So advanced mathematics in engineering or scientific mathematics. So this is applied still applied mathematics. So you need this mathematics in order to apply on our learning process. So that is the general introduction. So it means that we are in higher and scientific mathematics, and then if we go the next level, this for undergraduate, for the bachelor level, we can have masters in engineering or scientific mathematics, and then next we can go to advanced PhD engineering and scientific mathematics, which now it's a further specializations program. So this is the big picture. That this from the foundations means from the numbering 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and hence that will be, we used to have a process. It means it's a journey. Right now that we are teaching you at this level, but you have to bear in your mind that you have to keep that, and you have to understand that you have to expect to meet another advanced or master or another higher engineering and scientific mathematics in master level, and even that you can have that engineering or scientific advanced PhD in mathematics. It means that advanced PhD engineering engineering or scientific mathematics. So then you know that what will be next there. Okay, so then it means that solving real life, so research. So you'll be doing research, okay, on solving real life problems. Because that's why you've been studying mathematics from standard D1 or from the nursery to the PhD level. So this, the big picture, should be in your mind. This is the big picture that is in my mind. So we should have something, a big picture like that, in order to enjoy the beauty of engineering and scientific mathematics. So currently I will be teaching you under this level, and I'll try my level best you love it, because possibly you still have a journey in engineering and scientific mathematics. So I'll be trying my level best, and I'm praying to God to help me to make sure that you love engineering and scientific mathematics for the rest of your life. Okay, so I would like to take you on to the next step, which is reference books. Now I want to mention the reference books, and the reference books that will be essential for you during your process of learning engineering and scientific mathematics. Okay, so because I want for you to know the reference books, so that even sometimes that you can go through yourself, and even with the accompanies of your classmates, and yes, and even you might understand where the contents have been collected or have been taken. Let us continue with our general introductions of departments of higher engineering and scientific mathematics. So right now, I would like just to, as I said, that we have TCU, we have two accredited or two legal authorities, which is NACTE and the TCU. And I would like to mention, I would like to mention some of the universities that have departments of higher engineering mathematics or higher scientific mathematics. In many institutions or in many colleges or universities, this department is called general department. Why it is called general departments? Because you find that even some other fundamental modules or courses are taught by that department. For instance, entrepreneurship, financial, technical communication skills, and so forth. So some of these institutions or higher institutions or universities, I would like just to write some of them. We have, I will write in abbreviations. The largest and the first university in Tanzania is called the University of Dar es Salaam, UDC. right? And then this the second one. So this is the just in terms of performance and even the age. Yeah, so it's University of Dar es Salaam. And then the other ones is University of Dodoma, so UDOM, right? UDOM. So again, we have some other institutions. It's called the Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. This is DIT. And also we have another institution in Zanzibar that called the Karume Institute of Science and the Technology. Also contains the departments of engineering and scientific mathematics for the higher education of undergraduate educations. And also we have also another institutions called the Mbeya University of Science and Technology. Also we do have another institutions or another university that called the Aris University, okay? And then the other ones is called the Arusha Technical College. And then the other ones is called the Al Maktoum, so that Al Maktoum. We have also St. Joseph College of Engineering, St. Joseph College of St. Joseph University of Information and Technology. So it's called that St. Joseph University of Information and Technology, and there is St. Joseph College of Engineering and Technology. So this one, and then there is against. I would like to mention 10 institutions or colleges or universities in Tanzania that are offering engineering courses and scientific courses, and they do have departments of engineering and scientific mathematics. They call it general study. Some of the institutions, for example, the Institute of Technology. So also you have even in Kisti, it means that Karume Institute of Science and Technology. Also you have Zanzibar University, State University. So it is called the Zanzibar State University. So ZASU. So it's called the ZASU. So abbreviation is ZASU. Zanzibar State University. Then the 10th ones is called the United African University of Tanzania. So the United African University of Tanzania. The United African University of Tanzania. So these are the 10 examples. These are the 10 institutions or colleges or universities that are providing, and the students who are in these universities, they have to pursue higher engineering and scientific mathematics are the fundamental modules. In some of the universities, for example, at the University of Dar es Salaam, all the in the COIT, there's a College of Engineering, we call it the College of Engineering and Technology, that the abbreviation of COIT. They really the students have to learn some 4 modules in each engineering course and even in science courses, which actually the quality is maybe for example, for instance, the first module is called the matrices and the basic calculus for non-major. So they call them non-major. So these are some of the institutions in Tanzania. There are more than 10 institutions or colleges. So if you're a student, so you have your students in this in this list of universities or institutions or colleges, then these contents will be relevant for them. And even online, Undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania will be providing material as a supplement of what you'll be learning in these institutions or universities. So that is the real situation. Now I would like also to mention, in brief about, because in these online schools, we'll be teaching by using the curriculums of University of Dar es Salaam as the fundamental curriculum for all other institutions, for all other universities and the colleges which are under TCU. And also I will take a look on, I'll teach 4 modules of UDOM, and I will teach 4 modules of Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. These are the fundamental institutions for the basic, for competence-based. It means that for all the institutions which are non-active. So I will be using the curriculums of Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology, but the material will be useful for any of these institutions, because really what you are studying, calculus is still the same, just we differ, or these institutions or colleges, they differ in some of the contents, that maybe you find some of the contents are covered in Udsm, but some of those contents are not covered in DIT. So it means yourself for the students, because I will be giving you reference material that you need, you should make sure that you have the course outlines, which will give you the outlines of what you have to cover. So right now, I would like to present to you about the modules or the courses that I'm going to teach you in this online school. Very interesting for you. Okay, so let me begin with University of Dar es Salaam, right? So modules or courses of mathematics, right, for engineers. For engineers at the University of Dar es Salaam. Okay, so the first is, so we have the courses that you have to cover during your first year. And if you're first year who watching this video right now, you're warmly welcome. There are modules for the 2 semesters. The first semester, you'll be learning the modules, the module called the 161, which is called the matrices and basic calculus. Matrices and basic calculus. Basic calculus for non-measure. So this is the first course, and even I've made the general introductions of it, so you have to make sure that you look lecture 00, the general introductions of matrices and basic calculus. Okay, so this is the first semester mod course. Then the second course is called MT 171, and this is called the one variable. So it's called the one variable. So at University of Dar es Salaam they call it one variable. And even in many universities, one variable, so it's a one variable calculus and the differential equation, okay, for non-measures. This is the second semester module or course, okay, For the second year students at University of Dar es Salaam, there are 3 modules. Okay, the first one is called the several variables, so this is called the MT 261. So it's called it that several variable. These are the long terms, just I'm abbreviating because of the stress of the blackboard, several variables calculus, which I'm going to teach you. Several variable calculus for non-measure. And then for the second semester, I will teach you about MT 200, so MT 271, which is called the statistic for non-measure. So the good news is you will get all the materials. I will teach you concepts, tutorials. We are going to solve tutorials in all of these 4 courses. So stay connected, because I will take you step to step in each of those courses. Then now let us go. If you go under the NACTE, the modules of mathematics, okay, for engineers under NACTE, enacted. So as I say that, we'll take a reference of DIT. Okay? Then we have first year. First year. The first one is called the calculus. It's called calculus. And basically, I will teach you 7 topics there in calculus. And these topics will be focusing on just limit, Laplace, and the Fourier series. Then the second module for the first year is called advanced calculus. And advanced calculus will just cover calculus, advanced calculus. Will just cover beta and gamma function, Fourier transform, and inverse, Fourier integrals and Fourier transform, partial differential equation, and also will teach you about vector calculus. Okay? Then for the second year, a DIT or an ANATE category, whether that it is Bayer Institute of Technology and Science, or the Institute of Science and Technology, or it's arbitration technical. We have also the first module for the first year, for the first semester. And these first modules is called what? So the first module is called the differential question, which I will teach you. Differential question. So I'll teach about differential questions and complex variables. Complex variables. Then we'll finish learning the process of probability and statistics. So that will be the modules of semester 2 and statistics. So probability and statistics. So those are the 4 modules that I'm going to teach you. So 4 plus 4, total will be 8. So you'll get everything concerning about these modules in this channel. Again, we say that's why that will be equipping you. We'll be teaching about modules of mathematics, right? Modules of mathematics for engineers. Okay, for engineers. And this will do, let's take the reference for TCO and UDOM, University of Dodoma. That's a reference. So at UDOM, we have some reference courses. We call them TN. So the abbreviations is called the TN. So for the first semester, or for the first year, the students have to learn the following modules, or the following courses. The first one is called the TN 111. This is according to, you have to learn, if you be a student of 40, students of linear algebra, students of College of Informatics and the Visual Education, linear algebra at the first module. Second module is TN 120, and this is called the probability. So this will be the second semester module. It's called the probability, and this is the cross-cutting course. All the courses, I think that for 95 courses of UDOM. Then afterwards, we will teach you about TN 121, TN 121, and this is called the Calculus 1. So Calculus 1 will be covered in second semester of the first year. So that will be the end of first year. So for the second year student at the College of Informatics and Visual Education, the students has to learn a course in mathematics in only the first semester. So it's called the TN 210, and this is called the calculus. In some of the institutions or colleges, they call their modules Engineering Mathematics 1, Engineering Mathematics 2, Advanced Engineering Mathematics. So don't get confused about the names of the modules. Just what you have to know, the contents that you have to cover. That's why I tell that. So it means that in this online undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania, I'm going to teach you 12 courses or 12 subjects. These are the 4 subjects for University of Dar es Salaam, UDSM. These are the 4 subjects or 4 modules at University of Dar es Salaam Institute of Technology. And these are the 4 courses at University of Dodoma. So it doesn't to use the curriculums of UDSM or DIT or UDOM. It does not mean that we are going to ignore some other institutions or colleges. These material are cross-cutting materials. They can be used elsewhere in this country of Tanzania, and even in African continents, and even in the world, because mathematics is common. So you have to get connected and then check about your course outlines. Possibly the name might be differ from these 12 courses, but that's not a great case. Just check the contents, because in every course, before I begin, I will mention the subtopics that we are going to cover, so you'll know that whether we will be touched about your modules, which is not in this list or not. So you have to be careful that once you'll be watching the video. And we used to put our videos in form of playlist. First of all, if the video is longer than 1 hour, we can break it and make it different. For instance, that lecture 01A and lecture 01B. So you have to be aware about that. So we'll be together, and I will be taking you step to step in each of the module or each of the course until we finish it, and then we'll go to the next module. So that's the promise that I want to give you. And I'd like to ask you to pray for me, because really this day, it's interesting, very interesting, and even it's hard work. So let me take you into the reference books that you need to learn and master the modules or the course that called several variables calculus. It means this is, as I told you, it is called the course name or the course code. It is MT 261. Several variable calculus for the non-measures. And as I said, that will be used the curriculums of University of Dar es Salaam, and this is the second. This is the first semester course for the second year students who are pursuing engineering courses at the University of Dar es Salaam, and even in State University of Zanzibar, even in Zanzibar University, Zanzibar University in St. Joseph, or in African United. So many universities, they used to pursue this course. So the reference book that you need, because it's better that for somebody who will be leading or teaching you to give you the material which are useful to learn that concept, so even you can go further. So when you be given an assignment, maybe to go through something else, you have some reference books in your hands which will be helping you to learn that concept. So the first reference, first of all, I categorize these contents in 2 parts. There are textbooks, and also where you have to use the question and answer books or materials. Okay, so we call the reference books and materials. So reference books. So here reference books and materials. Reference books and materials. Okay, materials of MT 261, several variable calculus. Very interesting modules, very interesting course. Especially for those students who come from advanced level, real that will be learning calculus in a higher level compared to what you have learned during our advanced educations or A-level education. The first content that you need, or the first reference that you need, is course outline from your module or course master. So please, one that a lecturer or assistant lecturer, or maybe a lecturer or assistant lecturer comes to introduce himself or herself, that I'll be teaching you several variable calculus or any course in mathematics, you have to ask the course outlines. So it means that you can go even further from what she or she is going to teach you. But it's only that helping you to go further, but also that this course outlines will give you overview of where you're heading to. So even sometimes you can go beyond of what you have to cover, or you can cover the contents that has been recommended. Also, the second reference book is written, it's called Advanced Engineering Mathematics, written by E. Craig or Krezix of this 8th editions of 1998. But also you can use the reference material that's called the Mathematics for Engineers and Scientists, and also is Batch Pi with his colleague. You can also use this fantastic engineering books that you call the Advanced Engineering Mathematics, as called KA of 2003. You can use also this reference material engineering, Advanced Engineering Mathematics. So you see Advanced Engineering Mathematics, Advanced Engineering Mathematics, Advanced Engineering Mathematics. So what the difference between these books is the way of addressing the concept. Okay, but you can have maybe one of them in those list of advanced. So the author is Duff D. G. in 1998. Also, you can use the book that called variable calculus, because this is several variable calculus. So it means that we'll be dealing with a dependent variable that depends more than, which depend more than one. It means that more than one variable, right? So two variable calculus, three variable calculus, four variable calculus if it can be there. But we used to end in three-dimensional because you have only two-dimensional and three-dimensional. So the author is Smith RT, and then the other one is RB Menton of 2003. You can use also another reference book that called the Higher Engineering Mathematics, and the author is Ramana BV, right, of 2007. So you can also use another book which is Advanced Engineering Mathematics, and the author is Greenberg M.D. 1998. This is not a redundance that maybe you are repeating the books. The names Advanced Engineering Mathematics, Advanced Engineering Mathematics. If you go through those books, you will find that each author has been insisting particular concepts, or has been addressing the concepts in different style if you compare with another author, right? But also you give you this list, at least that if you miss, for example, you miss this Advanced Engineering Mathematics by Ramana BV, and you find the Advanced Engineering Mathematics E.Credits, then you go, off you go, okay? Let it go. So you go and you advance, you laugh, you enjoy. You can also use some other online books or materials, right? You know that now you are undergraduate students, so you are well connected with online or with internet. So some of the reference books and even materials about several variable calculus, you can find them online as well as you can. Also, number 10, you have to refer Olenjolai M.T. 2021. This is my name. Note C of several variable calculus for non-majors, which I'll be using on teaching you from lecture to lecture. We'll be having several lectures in this concept. Then you need Engineering Mathematics Theories by Dr. Kumar. That's another reference. And the reference material that we need to learn this, you need exercise book, you need a pen, you need some other, those common stuff for learning, right? And even you need a computer sometimes, and you need a scientific calculator. An example, I say that Casio function 981 ms. This is a scientific calculator, Casio function 991 ms. Okay, so it's very interesting. It has its keypads. So in case that you lost, or you have sold, or you gave to a young brother or young sister who is in advanced level right now, just don't worry. We have this scientific calculator, and we sell them enough with a cheap price, and we can we can ship them to any regions of United Republic of Tanzania, especially the 31 regions of Tanzania. So you may order it, and then some will be shipping to you the original scientific calculator. Again, you need, in case of question and answer books for these modules of several variable calculus, first of all, you need to have tutorial sheet and solve. It means that you need to solve this tutorial. It means that you have to solve, and I'll be teaching you how you can solve these tutorial sheets, right? Tutorial sheets which comprises questions concerning about the particular concepts. So don't worry that I will be with you step to step as we'll be taking or will be carrying on particular concepts. Again, we ask you that to have past papers for test 1, test 2, makeup, test, university exams, and final exam, right? So you may have these past papers, test 1, past paper for test 1, test 2, or makeup test, or university exams, or final exam for the past years. So you can refer this material in order to learn effectively the course of several variable calculus, right? Several variable calculus for the non-measures. In case you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section, and then I'll come back to you and I'll try my level best to answer your questions. Okay, so now let me take you into the last part of these general introductions of the several variable, of the modules of the course that called several variable calculus for the non-measures. So the last part now, I want to mention about topics or chapters called the course outlines of University of Dar es Salaam, chapters of several variables of this is called the MT 261, several variable calculus, for non-measures. There are 5 main topics or chapters that we have to cover in this course. The first topic is called we just call it the functions of several variables. Functions of several variables. So the first chapter is called the functions of several variables. We know that you have come from advanced, most of you, okay? Several variables. So you don't know anything about several variables or functions of several variables. So that's why that we like to teach you for the first time. Functions of several variables. Say functions of several variables. So functions of several variables, in this topic, we are going to teach you about the functions of several variables. We are going to teach you about limits. We are going to teach you about continuity. We are going to teach you about partial derivatives. You can write. Let me repeat. The first concept that we are going to teach you in functions of several variables. The first topic or the first subtopic is functions of several variables. Second is limits. Third is continuity. Fourth is partial derivatives. Fourth is differential. Fifth is higher order partial derivatives. Sixth is Taylor's theorem. Seventh is Taylor's theorem. Taylor's theorems and series. Eighth is maxima and minima of the surfaces. Ninth is Jacobian's matrix and determinant. 10th is composite functions. 11th is schema with constraint. Then 12th it is applications in science and engineering. That's the first topic. The second topic is called the vector differential calculus. So we are going to teach you a topic called the vector differential. Say vector differential. Vector differential calculus. Very interesting. We teach about double integrals, calculus, double integrals, triple integrals, etc., etc., etc. So what are we going to cover in this? This is the one of the longest topic of vector differential calculus. Okay? So vector differential calculus, we are going to teach you right just the following contents. Vector function, number 1. Okay? Number 2, we'll teach about limit, we'll teach about continuity, we'll teach about differentiation, we'll teach about partial differentiation, we'll teach about scalar and vector fields, we'll teach about space curves, we'll teach about tangent and normal to the curve, we'll teach about binomial, we'll teach about torsion, we'll teach about curvature, we'll teach about the gradient of the scalar field, we'll teach about the delta operator, we'll teach and its properties, we'll teach about the directional derivative, we'll teach about the divergence, we'll teach about the curve, we'll teach about the physical and engineering applications. That's the second topic. The third topic is called the integral calculus of function of several variables. The third topic is called the integral calculus. So it's called the integral calculus of functions of several variables. Integral calculus of functions of several variables. Very important topic. Of functions of several variables. Functions of several variables. That's the third topic. In this third topic, we are going to teach you about double, interesting, double integrals, triple integrals, iterated integrals. Okay, we are going to teach about line integrals in the plane. We are going to teach you Green's theorem, very important theorem. We'll teach about independence of the path. Teach about surface integral. We'll teach about divergence or Gaussians. We'll teach Gaussian theorems. We'll teach about Stokes theorem. We'll teach about rotational and solenoidal fields. We'll teach about physical and engineering applications. Then we'll take you into a very interesting topic which is called the complexity analysis, which is complexity variables. So the first topic which we'll teach you in this course is called the complexity analysis. So what are we going to cover in complex analysis as hobbyist or as great hobbyist of mathematics? First of all, teach about function of complex variable. Second, teach about polynomial. We'll teach about exponential, teach about trigonometrical functions, teach about derivatives, we'll teach about the Cauchy-Riemann equations, we'll teach about Cauchy integral theorem, we'll teach about Cauchy integral formula, we'll teach about Taylor series, I will teach about the Laurent series, I will teach about singular points, I will teach about poles of the complex variables, I will teach about residue of the complex variables, I will teach about residue theorems, I will teach about evaluations of real integrals. And then the last chapter, which I like it so much because it's applicable in electrical engineering, is called the Laplace transform. And it's really applicable in electronics. Laplace transform. That's the last chapter that I'm going to teach you. It's called Laplace transform. In Laplace transform, what am I going to teach you? First of all, I will teach about Laplace transform, number 1. Number 2, I'll teach about inverse of Laplace transform. Then I'll teach about derivatives in Laplace transforms and integrals, derivatives and integrals. I'll teach about some theorems on Laplace transform. I'll teach about first shifting theorem and second shifting convolution theorem. I'll teach about unity step function. I'll teach about direct Laplace transform. I'll teach about applications in solving first, second, and third order ordinary systems of differential equation. And hence, afterward, we'll be solving many problems as we can. And believe me that we are going to have more than 40 video lectures about the several variable calculus. I like calculus so much. How about you? So get prepared because I'll be teaching something that I like, and I'll be teaching like I'm teaching myself. So it means you know that if somebody that you're teaching for yourself, you'll teach in high level and even high quality. So this is the end of general introductions of lecture 00, the general introductions of several variable calculus for the non-majors or several variable calculus course for undergraduate level. And I thank God who have been with me during the preparations. It wasn't easy times to select what should I present to you. And I thank God who have been with me when I've been introducing to you this concept for the first time. And I thank God for being with you from the beginnings to this moment right now. And I would like to invite you into the next sessions, which is session 1 or lecture 1 of one variable calculus, where we'll be starting with the first topic of functions of several variables, and we'll be introducing to you and build a strong foundation that the devil cannot destroy it. And believe me, that get prepared to love engineering mathematics and get prepared to love several variable calculus. And even if that you don't have any backgrounds of several variable calculus, don't get confused, don't panic. I'll be there to take you from the level where you are to the level that where you should be as an engineering or scientific students. So this is the end. I would like to meet you in the lecture 1 of one functions of several variables, and may God bless you abundantly. In case that you feel from your heart that you want to offer your free will in thanksgiving, you can send your free will in thanksgiving on that telephone number in any regions or in any institutions or any college in Tanzania and even abroad of Tanzania. It means if you are international student, you can just replace 0 with +255. So also insist you to subscribe, because as I told you that we are going to have we have hundreds of the videos in online undergraduate Polytechnic Institute of Tanzania. So may God bless you. Join me in the first session when we'll go inside of several variable calculus by God's grace. May God bless you. See you there. See you inside of several variable calculus.